Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Clash of the Comics with your host, David, a.k.a. DJ Soup Spoon.
And your co-host, Max, a.k.a. DJ Stone Fox.
All right, and today we have a very special guest with us. We have Kevin Nestler. There you go.
This is Kevin. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, what's your DJ name? I forgot.
My DJ name is DJ Hazard, but
That's
since this is a podcast, nobody cares.
Okay, yeah. Well, we still have to promote a WMCC, so...
No, you don't.
Okay,
I'm an officer. I don't care.
Okay, great. So,
Perfect.
Let's see. Okay, so yeah, Kevin is very known here. He's
No, I'm not.
well, I mean, you're known enough.
All right.
We know you. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
We voted
We love
you
you,
in.
Kevin.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean,
Thanks.
you're.
You weren't here to vote me in. Thanks for that.
I tried.
Anyway, I'm holding grudges.
Okay, good.
So
yeah,
this is Clash of the Comics, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Just
Yes,
making
the
sure.
show where we
Yeah.
pin some of your favorite comic book characters against each other in a battle to the death.
Yes.
Cool.
And
Um,
this we've already did introductions.
Well,
did.
I know, but we didn't do that little bit,
Yeah.
did we?
Well, no.
Can we
didn't.
speed this up? I got to be out of here in like 10 minutes.
Okay,
Oh,
sorry,
okay,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. All right. Well, all right.
So today we're doing the SpiderVerse. So we got multiple spider-themed characters fighting against each other with their various skill sets and abilities,
Ooh.
all spider-themed.
Ooh.
So that's pretty fun.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. Before
Yeah.
we start, can I tell a quick story?
Yes.
All right, so this one's a doozy. So I was walking down the street the other day, and this guy comes up to me, and he says, "Yo, my name's Mike Rowe, because kicking your ass is going to be a dirty job." And I say, "Well, you don't want to tussle with this muscle. Come at me, bro." And then I shot him twice in the kneecaps, and we've been married ever since.
So what
So-
Tumblr
I
post
like
did
to-
you get that off of?
That was just off the top of the dome piece.
Was it really?
I'm just trying. I like to end all of my edgy stories with, "And we've been married ever since."
That's really good.
So
I like that.
so me and my dad were at this baseball game, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
don't
And
know
I was
where
trying to
this is
catch a
going.
fly ball, and it hit me in the nose. So he had to drive me to the ER, and the doctor said, "You have stage 4 terminal brain cancer." And I said, "Oh no, how am I going to make it to the Little League game?" And we've been married ever since.
So SpiderVerse. We're
So
gonna-
SpiderVerse,
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and
Actually,
start
can
the
I
SpiderVerse.
tell a quick story before we begin?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah. What? No more. We're done.
Okay.
Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do the SpiderVerse. What we'll do is we'll do the Clash part, and then we'll give a little bit of an interview with Kevin, and then we'll talk about some more spider stuff that's going on, like the new movie and things like that.
I'm
Spider-Man
terrified of spiders,
Homecoming.
Oh,
so
you
this is
really?
going to be a rough podcast for
Yeah,
me.
me too. I'm terrified of spiders as well, but
Oh, yeah.
I love Spider-Man.
I actually, can we just talk about the WWE for a while?
No.
I really
What?
like Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah, brother.
You're trying too hard. You need to stop.
I'm not into.
trying
I don't know anything
way
about
too
comic
hard.
books, so I'm just making everything.
All right.
You know,
You know about Spider-Man, though.
Do I?
You get the gist.
the jizz.
Can
I do.
Can I
Yeah.
start this?
Yes,
Can we
let's
start?
let's
Okay.
kill some
All right,
spiders.
let's go, let's go.
All right. So we've got for round one, we've got Spider-Man 2099.
Versus
2099.
yes, from the future.
Oh, he's future Spider-Man. Neat. Okay.
Yes. So we've got Spider-Man 2099 versus the Superior Spider-Man.
Ooh,
Neat.
okay.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and read 2099. So
Okay.
2099 Spider-Man isn't actually Peter Parker. He's a completely different Spider-Man set in the future. So he essentially has like the same abilities and things like that as Spider-Man, except for a couple of differences. So I'll go ahead and read them. Superhuman strength, speed, agility, reflexes, durability, and hearing. He has enhanced healing and health. So he's a superhero. So he has superhuman abilities as far as healing goes, I guess. He has enhanced vision, genius level intelligence. He has talons on his fingers and toes that enable him to wall crawl because he can't actually wall crawl on his own organically.
So he has to
Gotcha.
like climb up with
Yes,
his claws.
exactly. And he uses them as weapons, and they can actually be folded down. He does have organic webbing, so he doesn't have like the web shooters like the normal Peter Parker does. He also has like a temporary paralysis venom that comes from his fangs that he uses to climb. And he also wears an indestructible costume made of unstable molecule fabric with an airfoil that allows him to glide.
If they're unstable, how do they stay on the skin? What?
Ask Reed Richards, I think, right? Because the Fantastic Four
Neat.
developed it.
Well, was it the Fantastic Four? No,
I
the
thought that it
Fantastic
was.
Four developed somebody else's suit. I don't think it was that one because he's from the future.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be the Fantastic Four.
Maybe it wasn't.
The Fantastic Four is Marvel. Marvel.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So it's same universe. So we're not that wrong.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah. See, I'm learning as we go along.
We'll double
Yes.
check that later.
All right, go ahead and
Um,
do Superior.
Yes, the Superior Spider-Man, aka Dr. Octopus, after he took over the body and mind of Peter Parker, possesses Spider-Man's powers, abilities, memories, and his regular equipment. He has carbonadium plating over his neck and skull, carbonadium being a metal that negates healing factors, so that could be accountable. He has talons on his hands and feet, split-toed footwear, enhanced lenses with HUD with tracking abilities, and retains access to some of his former Doc Ock hideouts, coupling Horizon Tech-derived inventions with his own technology. So he's still an inventor, still making a bunch of crazy gadgets, and still being a mad scientist.
And he's just trying to
as
be Peter
Spider-Man.
Parker.
Yes, so he's superior Peter Parker.
Well, yeah. And
So it's two Spider-Mans, two variations of Spider-Man?
Yeah, so like this Spider-Man is just Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body. Yeah, and Spider-Man is actually still alive inside. Like his consciousness is still there, but it's just non-existent as far as like being able to control his own body. Yeah.
Wow. I'd like to see Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body.
I bet you would.
Wait, this is getting
stop
weird.
that. Stop that. Put that away.
No, I tried to
Put that away.
What
Put
are
that
you
away.
doing?
I don't know why
Put
it
that
worked.
away.
I tried to use a soundboard and it didn't work, so that failed.
I'm really glad it
That
didn't.
failed. That
Yes.
failed. All right.
Kevin, you are a guest in our house.
I'm just bringing the party, man.
Bringing the noise. All right, so let's talk about the fight here real quick. So, they both are superhumans, super strength, speed, agility, things like that.
So we've already put them in the White Room.
Yeah,
They're
they're already
in the
in
White
the
Room,
White Room,
completely neutral territory.
Yep, they're in the right room. So Superior Spider-Man doesn't actually have any of the weapons that Doc Ock has or any of the hideouts or things like that, but he does have the enhanced lenses with the HUD tracking abilities. So he can track 2099 like as much as he can, and then he's also got split-toed footwear.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Wait,
are those like those?
Why
like,
was that
Gonna be hard to
important?
get a job with that kind of.
Well, aren't those like?
What if
those,
you got to go back to the kitchen and they need to like give you a tour
like
or something?
ninja?
God. Well, what was
ninja
the?
shoes.
Do you remember those shoes? Is that what they were called?
Were they?
The ones that looked like feet. Do you know what I'm talking about? There was like a
No,
phase.
I know what
It
you're
looked like
talking about.
the
I don't know what they were
Teenage Mutant Ninja
called.
Turtle
though.
foot thing. Yeah.
No, because those were three-toed.
No, because
weren't
those were ninja feet. Their feet were specifically meant to look like ninja shoes.
So gross.
But the shoes that he's talking about had toes on them,
Yeah.
so they
okay.
just looked like
those
feet.
actually had toes, and like
Those are the
you
weirdest
had
things.
to wash them after every use because your feet just stink.
I wash my socks after every use.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I
Do
just turn
you?
them inside out, and then I eat them.
Inside out, right side in, and then sideways. That's how you get 3 uses out of your socks.
How do you do
Sideways?
them sideways?
You just wrap 2 socks around your feet.
So you've got what else does he have? He has 2099 has enhanced vision, so they both have very unique lenses and tracking abilities there. 2099 has organic webbing, whereas I think Superior has the web
Yeah,
shooters.
he has Peter's web shooters, so eventually he could run out. Ideally,
Exactly.
probably at the most dramatic moment. I'm willing to bet.
2099 has some problems getting through the plating that he has, so the venom probably won't work.
Right. Because that protects his neck from being venomized.
Yeah.
Is that a verb?
Yeah, I'm just scratching some areas.
Listen, they
adjusting
Yeah, I
can't
noticed
see what's
that.
going on, so let's not even talk about it.
Okay, that's fine.
And yet
know,
you decided to.
Sometimes I just have to scratch
I
my
laughed
nuts.
and he
like,
mentioned it.
I sometimes I have to scratch an itch. Okay, it's just the way that it is. I don't know what to tell you.
Why is Siri
it
on?
makes me
You
feel
activated
very
Siri by
makes-
scratching your nuts. Do you understand that?
It makes me feel very empowered. Okay, I like to man spread too, so I'm just like out here, just hand down my pants.
You don't need to mansplain your man spreading.
All right,
David.
you know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Actually, there's no women here. Well,
I'm going on my
actually,
Tumblr account.
Wait,
to
ready for
complain.
this?
Yeah, please.
Man spreading Spider-Man. What we're actually supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Talk about
Yeah.
transitions.
Yes. So
Segways.
2099 wears an indestructible costume, so Superior is not going to be able to tear his costume.
Yes.
As far as fighting abilities go, 2099 is really like experienced as far as fighting goes, and like Superior Spider-Man still kind of like messes up a lot.
Right, because he's still just used to like, oh wow, I'm in a teenager's body, but not in a
Right.
weird way. This is like I'm not used to this.
Exactly. So, well, I don't know if he's teenager in these years.
I don't know.
I think he's a little
I've never
older
looked
at this
into
point.
it.
He's older at this point, but yeah, like he still kind of messes up, and like 2099 is just so much more experienced, is so much older, and he's actually in control of his own body.
Right.
So even though that the venom won't be able to get through the carbonadium plating, doesn't mean that he can't still pummel the crap out of Superior.
Right, like between the talons, the organic webbing, and the nearly indestructible costume, or not even nearly, like it's actually indestructible.
Right.
I think 2099 definitely takes the cake for this fight.
Yeah. What do you think, Kevin?
I don't know very much about any of them, so I'm going to go ahead and agree with you guys this time.
Okay. Well, how about this? Superior Spider-Man is essentially just. Wow, I broke that.
Wow.
That's okay.
It was already broken.
Wow.
It's okay. I can put it right back.
but you're
what was
not
it?
going to.
No, you're right.
WFCC, where our equipment is all in one piece.
Our equipment is like
is
30
at least
years
in
old.
two
There you go.
pieces.
Yeah, so 2099 is just like an older, like I think he's in his 30s or 40s, something like that. He's
Okay,
just a
he loses
Spider-Man.
then.
But Superior is inexperienced.
Superior is superior, and younger,
Well, you got 2 against 3.
probably hotter too.
All right, so 2099 wins.
All right.
All right, great.
Also, Miguel O'Hara, 2099, isn't that bad. He's a pretty good-looking guy.
Who?
Miguel O'Hara, that's
Because
2099
he's not
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker.
Gesundheit? Miguel O'Hara?
Miguel O'Hara, like, is that sneeze?
It sounds like some kind of dance, like capoeira or like Miguel O'Hara. Like, what is that even? Is that dance or is that karate? I don't remember. Anyway, I don't understand what you just said.
Krav
basically.
Maga, like what?
So
Krav Maga.
let's
Yes.
get on to the next round
Yes,
because I think this
29.
one you'll know a little bit more about.
Neat.
Yes. Okay. So we've got Symbiote Spider-Man versus the Amazing Spider-Man.
Ooh,
Oh,
all right.
okay.
All right. So this one you'll kind of.
This feels like more of an internal struggle, too,
Oh.
not just an outside struggle.
Right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll do the Symbiote one. Why don't
It's
you
just the
read?
black goop, right?
Yes, it
Yes.
is. Why don't you read the Amazing one?
Will do. The Amazing Spider-Man has all the same powers as Spider-Man. Superior strength, speed, agility, reflexes, endurance, the ability to cling to most surfaces, a genius-level intellect, precognitive spider sense, and utilizes web shooters to shoot strong webs and strings from his wrists.
He's a genius.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Spider-Man's not a genius.
He's
Yeah, he is.
mad.
He's just like he's
intelligent.
got funny quips when he punches Green Goblin in the face.
You
He
can be
doesn't-
smart and funny.
He delivers pizzas. If he was a genius, he wouldn't be delivering pizzas. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I mean, he doesn't make money, but he's a genius
Why doesn't he make money?
because he's Spider-Man.
He's got power. Listen, you've got superpowers and you're a genius, and you're not using either of those to get green.
I mean, like, he'd have to publicly tell people who he is in order to get a bank account for people to pay him.
All right.
Also, he'd have to turn down offers because people aren't paying him.
I mean, can't argue with that logic.
Okay.
I hate thinking that he's got a genius level intellect.
Also, I think a part of the reason why he's not making mad money is because all of the scientists that he knows turn out to be supervillains. Doc Ock, Lizard.
Yeah. Doc tried to
I
take
think
him
that's
under
it.
his wing, right? Doc Ock tried to kind of
Yeah.
like mentor him, and then Doc Ock went crazy because his
Yes.
wife or something.
Well, they were able
Well-
to do that more with the Lizard. Like in the movie, they cover that more with Doc Ock as like a mentor or trying to be more of a uncle figure, I guess, in this
Yeah.
case.
Well, I don't know about.
Is there?
uncle
I want there to
figure.
be a variation of Spider-Man where instead of just scientists that he knows go crazy, it's just that he has a long string of like girlfriends that all turn into monsters, and he's like, "Why does this keep happening?"
Been there, done that. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
but
kidding.
no.
Really wish
I'm
that soundboard
kidding.
worked. I had the drum jokes.
That's,
the
that's
joke
completely fine. I'm really glad it's not working.
Ding.
Maybe I should have confiscated your phone before this.
You don't have that power.
Oh.
I'd like to see you try.
Okay.
Okay.
I accept that you can keep your phone.
Cool. Thank you.
Just don't use it. Okay, great.
Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah.
symbiotes,
He's flexing.
Whoa.
So we've got Symbiote Spider-Man. He enhances the powers of the original Spider-Man. So everything that Maxwell just read, they are enhanced.
Maxwell.
But he
They
needs
are
a he needs a
Are you
body,
my mother?
right?
I'm sorry. Okay, no, keep on with this. Keep
So
going.
yeah, he enhances all of his powers. So he's a lot stronger. He actually has organic webbing. The thing about Symbiote Spider-Man is that he can stick to wet and crumbling surfaces as opposed to the Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, at one point, I think in the original Spider-Man comics, when he gets the black suit, he's like falling and he like tries to grab onto a wall, but the symbiote power is just so strong that he actually dislocates his shoulder while doing it because he wasn't expecting
Really?
it to happen all of a sudden.
Hmm.
So he like grabs the wall, immediately sticks to it, and then like dislocates his shoulder, screams, and he has to be in a sling for like 5 issues.
Wow.
Yeah, it's annoying as heck.
Jeez.
He can also shapeshift clothing, so if you wanted to wear an Italian suit, he could do it like on the spot.
Why specifically an Italian suit?
Because they did that in the show in the 90s, is that he was like, wow, I could shapeshift into anything. How about an Italian suit? Yeah, there we go. Got it.
Oh, gross.
And then he walks by MJ or Gwen or something like that, and he's just like, oh, look at me.
So if you
fancy.
like touch the clothing, it's like squish.
No,
Like
it,
it's-
No, it's
becomes
real.
the texture.
It becomes it.
oh, that's kind of cool.
It's like
Yeah.
a clone of it.
But the symbiote needs like a host, right?
Yeah, that would
Otherwise,
be
it's
Peter.
just like sludge.
Yeah.
So this whole fight would be a pile of black sludge trying to get on to the Amazing
Well, no, because
Spider-Man.
we're not just putting in the symbiote. We're doing Spider-Man with the black suit
Yes.
symbiote.
Oh,
on.
so doesn't Black Suit Spider-Man instantly win because it's
Yes.
enhanced everything?
More or less, yes. The thing is that the symbiote Spider-Man. Have you ever played Web of Shadows?
I think so. I played a
Okay.
lot of the Spider-Man games. Is that the one where the ground is covered in gas?
No.
That's
old
no,
as heck.
That's Web of
That's
Shadows.
the PlayStation. No, it's not, because you're able to walk on the ground.
Are you?
Yes.
Hmm?
That the
No.
game. The
No,
game
but
that you're
is there a
thinking of
certain
There's a
points?
PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's talking about the PlayStation 1 game where the ground is filled
I
with
remember
gas.
that now.
It was pretty bad actually.
Older or
Older,
newer
than that. Okay,
Yeah.
I've played Spider-Man 1 and 2. They're in the Amazing
It's-
Spider-Man 3.
it's newer than Spider-Man 2.
Oh, you mean the new one? PS4?
No, that older than that.
Older than that?
Either way, I'm just going to explain it to you. So essentially what happens is that in that game he uses he has tentacles that they aren't as powerful as like venoms, but they can stretch and reach lengths and stuff like that. So essentially Spider-Man, the symbiote one, just destroys Peter, the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Like tears him apart just because he's just so much more powerful.
Yeah. So
Which is
basically
kind of
there's
like
no
the point of
chance.
his character.
Well, I mean, he has somewhat of a chance, but in
Kind of an unfair
in a
lineup.
white room. What?
In the white room. I mean, they're not going to be doing a lot of swinging. It's the white room.
But they could swing around to avoid each other.
But what are they clinging to?
The walls.
There's walls in the white room.
Yes,
Yes,
it's a
the
white
way
room.
that the white wall has been determined after long discussion is that it's ceiling, floor, 4 walls, but the height adjusts based on how big the characters are.
Didn't David here say last episode that it spans for miles?
Yeah, it could.
I just didn't correct him.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it could.
It could.
Yeah.
I mean, like
it could span for miles.
You just don't want to feed the fans
mean-
false information, is all.
It's not false information.
It's our room. We can do whatever the hell we want with it.
All right, jeez.
It's just a white room. It's got borders to it, but like if the need is necessary where they need to go to farther lengths, we'll extend the room for them. It's think of it as like a room that just moves along with the battle in
Now,
reality.
what if... Oh, okay, so it just adjusts to what they need for the fight.
Well, not need, but like it adjusts for the fight. Yeah.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
will it be like, say, morphing
No, it
to like
won't
give
morph.
them things to...
No.
So it forms one space and then it
Mhm.
doesn't adjust for that space.
Correct.
So you got Aquaman, for example. Like
Right.
it's-
There's no water.
he doesn't get water?
Nope.
Well,
Wouldn't you give him what he needs for the fight?
I
No.
mean, while he
Well, 'cause
is
that
at
makes
his
him overpowered.
strongest,
That makes him unbalanced. That's
because
the
he can
problem.
still fight outside of land. He still has super strength and a bunch of other powers and abilities outside of water.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that he's in the water would put whoever he's up against at a disadvantage. Because like Green Arrow can't really shoot arrows underwater very
underwater.
well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to be... you know what? Debating the logistics of the White Room is going to go on for years. So, we can just skip
to
it.
put it simply, that's what it is. It's just a white room.
So here they would have enough, because we're doing all Spider-Man, they have enough room to jump from wall to wall or swing if they needed to from the ceiling or whatever.
Gotcha.
It's just to whatever make the fights more quote unquote fair.
Neat.
Okay.
All right.
So Symbiote does win this one. So now we've got the next round, which is the Ultimate Spider-Man, the Miles Morales one, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, the Miles Morales Spider-Man versus the BS pick.
Oh, okay. So I'll do the BS pick because I know how much you love Miles Morales.
Oh yes, I love.
You don't actually hate the character.
No, not really. I just hate the publicity that's around him. Do you know about Miles Morales?
I don't, actually. I was going to ask about... Should we might want to explain for the new listeners the BS pick?
Yeah. Okay. So
we'll get to that. Trust
Okay,
me.
we'll get
Trust
there.
me. We
We'll
will get
get
to the
there.
BS
So
pick.
let's explain Miles Morales' Ultimate Spider-Man. So in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe, Peter Parker dies, and so
Spoilers?
Don't worry about
it. And so essentially, there's a new Spider-Man that takes his place, and his name is Miles Morales. He's a half black, half Hispanic character who's like 14 years old, and he becomes the new Spider-Man. But the problem is that he's so heavily. The problem to me is that he's so heavily publicized, and I think it's only because of the fact that he's not white.
I can see that,
Yeah.
for sure. I don't want to, on the internet, make any bold statements that might get people to think I'm... people to give me a bad reputation. But I
Sure.
think I feel you on that one.
Right.
I know there was the same kind of backlash against, what was it, like the girl that was going to be the new Iron Man or something like that.
Yeah. 'cause she's
Yeah,
black.
yeah.
Personally, no, I got no issue because I don't really care about comics that much.
Right.
Whoops, said it on your show about comics. Sorry. But I see the criticism for sure. That makes
Well,
sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I hate the character because he's, black and Hispanic. I just don't like the fact that people are promoting him because of his color.
Right. They're not like he's a great character. They're
Right.
like he is these checklist of things.
Correct, exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
that's an
and
issue
I
that I've
think-
seen coming up more and more, actually, is that Marvel's diversity is slowly, making the stories harder,
Right.
mostly because the characters are focused so much on... it's going to sound weird to say that their characters are focused so much on their race and culture when people are focused or based on their race and culture,
Right.
but the fact
But they
that it's
shouldn't be.
taking away from the stories. Exactly. Like,
Right.
the new Green Lantern is Muslim. His whole family is a Muslim family, and I think that's cool and all.
Wait, what
but
do you mean new Green Lantern?
there's
in
a
the
new-
comics?
there's like they introduced a new Green Lantern character.
Oh,
His family's Muslim. Their whole family is from the Middle East or Middle Eastern countries.
sure.
And his whole origin focuses around terrorism, the fear of terrorism. At one point, he's driving a car to help somebody, and he finds out that there's a bomb in the back, and he's like, "Oh crap! If somebody finds me with this, I'm never gonna hear the end of this. This is
Oh my
the end
God.
of my life as it is."
Right.
That's
So
kind
like
of
it makes for interesting
ooh.
stories, but at the same time, it's hard to get around. Like, okay, we get it. He's Muslim. That's who he is. That's great. But let's see him be a superhero.
Does he have to be? Is that it shouldn't define him? you know?
Exactly, right.
Like,
Exactly.
I don't think that's a controversial thing at all to say the characters should be written so that they're good characters first and then diverse after. Like,
Yeah.
you should write good characters and then say, well, this character is just like a Latino or something like that. It doesn't
Right.
have to be.
It doesn't
We're gonna
define
start.
them.
We're going to start from scratch as this person's culture and color defines who they are entirely, and that's how the story's going to play out. Like, him being a Muslim shouldn't get in the way of the story,
No, it
and it doesn't
shouldn't.
seem like it does from what I'm hearing.
Unless you're Captain America, in which case the
Well,
American
that's-
propaganda is
Well,
just
you have to be.
boom.
That
I mean,
is
that's a little
true.
different. I mean, that's the same thing with Superman.
Well, it's like if
Superman
you had
was-
like Captain Kwanzaa, like he would.
oh my
I mean,
gosh.
then he would be all like, whatever they do over there, you know.
Well, it was funny. One of my favorite examples of this was the Fan Four Stick movies.
Oh, right, because everybody freaked
Yeah.
out when
Well, they
Human
would-
Torch was black, right?
Yeah, well, it just didn't make sense because everybody was like, "Oh, he must be adopted," when it turned out that she
Yeah,
was the
she was the
adopted
adopted
one.
one.
He
I love
actually
that
started out
twist.
white, and then it just burned his skin. To
Oh my
a
God.
darkish.
Oh my gosh.
And now we're entering into slightly offensive territory. Not
So,
racist. Not racist.
just
Miles Morales has superhuman strength, speed, agility, reflexes, and endurance. He actually has the ability to camouflage, so he can turn kind of invisible. It's actually pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. That's
And
pretty interesting.
he has a venom blast and sting, so actually he is able to like generate power within him and then just burst out venom.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's
And he
pretty
has like
cool.
a sting which paralyzes people. He has spider sense. He has the ability to cling to most surfaces, and he utilizes web shooters just like the original Amazing Spider-Man.
okay. So that's the first guy.
Yes.
and
And
then
then
the BS
here
pick.
we have the BS pick. We were discussing it, and I think initially we were going to use Spider-Ham, who is a alternate version of Spider-Man where everybody's an animal, and Spider-Ham is Peter Porker, who is a pig.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That
But
is so
but-
good.
it turns out he actually
But-
has spider powers and could win in a fight. So we decided, okay, well, how about if we use Spider-Pig from the Simpsons movie?
Wait, isn't the whole idea that like you want him to have a chance? They're just stupid
No,
characters.
that's
No.
no. The BS pick
Well, explain
won't
the
have a
BS
chance
pick.
anyway. The BS pick is designed so that whoever fights against them in the first round wins.
So
That's
it
the
just
point.
it's just to cut ahead. And
Yeah,
It's a
so,
gag,
like
yeah.
sometimes they will actually have powers. Like I think
Okay.
before we like on previous renditions of the show when
like
we first
Robbie
started
Rotten.
off.
Like if we used Robbie.
We're
just
not
for an
using
example.
Robbie
Just
Rotten.
Just as a
Robbie
small
Rotten.
example, just as a one
No.
idea.
That's an
No.
awful example. We've used like Matter Eater Lad. Like this kid can eat anything, but he's not good in a fight.
He just eat things.
He can just eat things. Or like Color Kid, he can change colors of things. That's an actual power. That's great. But unless you're, doing landscaping work or something.
also,
not
not
really
a big
helpful.
fan in the colorblind community.
Yes, that
Yeah.
too.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, your dad would just be totally turned out
Absolutely. Yeah, my dad is very colorblind. So
He's my least favorite superhero.
there. Yeah, there you go. My
he's
dad.
not mine.
Oh.
My dad's my least favorite superhero.
Oh.
Is that what you're
No,
saying?
the
I'm like, no, I
Color
like my
Kid
dad.
is the worst.
Oh, yeah,
like
no,
he could be
Color
painting
Kid,
the roses
he's
red,
up
and
there.
nobody would know.
So we decided to literally just throw a pig into the fight. Just as Spider-Man.
All right, can I get your best pig impressions from everybody in the? Okay,
There
that's
you go.
Max. Okay.
Hi, I'm Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
What is going
Make
on?
America
kidding,
great
I'm
again.
kidding.
Oh
Kidding.
no.
I'm kidding.
Kidding,
I do
Not-
like Rosie O'Donnell. I
not
think
getting
I think she's
political.
okay. But I do. What happened to her? Have we heard anything from Rosie O'Donnell ever?
I mean, she was a comedian for a while.
Who cares?
She was funny for a bit.
Yeah,
She was in the Flintstones.
She
like,
did
once.
stand up for a
Uh-huh.
time.
She had that
Okay,
thing with Trump.
David, go ahead. David. Cool. Okay. And
was such
and
build-up.
mine is I'm not gonna do one because you guys just embarrassed the whole show. I'm gonna keep my dignity. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
So
Okay,
we're literally having this kid kill a pig for us.
Yep.
Oh, when do we eat? Then
That's
gonna,
what I'm saying. I
Kid's
mean,
gonna
we
kill
could
a
all
pig.
take a lunch break and just eat Spider-Pig.
Awesome.
But he's gonna eat the pig.
Oh.
He just picks it up and chomps into it.
Okay. Why don't we have Matter Eater on here then?
I know, seriously.
I feel like that would work better.
Well, because then he would just eat the pig, bones and all, and we'd have nothing because he can eat it.
What, you want to eat the bones too? What?
Well,
That's what he
I'm
does.
just saying he would eat
Oh,
everything.
you could boil them down to a nice like stew, like a broth.
I'm not eating the bones. Okay, so what you're saying is we could kill the pig and then have Matter Eater Lad eat the bones. That way everything goes to
No.
its
He eats
use.
the meat because he's gonna eat the meat, and then we're not gonna stop that. But you take the bones that he doesn't want, and then you just like boil them down into a nice like.
He
soup
can
broth,
eat
like a
anything.
pork
Why are
broth.
we left with the bones?
What, does he want to eat the bones? I don't think he wants to eat the bones.
He's
mean,
eaten fences before.
at
He's
least
eaten rocks.
I
He
I
doesn't
don't think
care.
he chooses to, but like it just kind of happens.
I guess really anything you could boil down to a nice soup broth. Take some fencing, put it in like a boiling water. You got some fence broth, a little bit of like paint, some lead paint.
So Miles wins.
Yes, Miles Morales literally just kills a
I
pig.
didn't even have a chance to argue that one.
Do you want to argue it? Go
For
ahead.
Spider Pig?
Yeah,
How's the pig
go
Spider
for it.
Pig walks on the ceiling.
No, he doesn't actually have powers.
That's if Homer is holding him.
Does he get? Well, he's in the white room. Don't we give him what he needs?
Yeah, we give him
Actually,
the
that
suit.
technically that is true. Homer is technically a piece of his equipment. In order for him to walk on the ceiling, he needs Homer.
So do we have to kill Homer right
Yep.
now?
So
We
he's
kill
walking on the
Homer
ceiling, right? And this kid, what's the other guy's name?
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Yes.
So Miles Morales is like, okay, I'm gonna go kill this pig, but he can't reach him because he's on the ceiling, right?
Well, that's if Homer's holding
Okay, so he
him.
Right.
webs
And Homer
Homer.
is holding him the whole time.
But how is Homer floating up to the ceiling to
He's
hold him?
not. We adjust the room to fit the needs of the fight.
Okay, so literally Miles could touch the ceiling at this point.
No, Homer can touch the ceiling with holding a pig, but Miles
So-
Morales is just a little bit too far.
Okay, let's not look too much into that. Let's just say
So Miles
both able to
kills
do whatever.
Homer and
Yes.
the pig.
Yes.
Well, he kills Homer, the pig falls, breaks its neck, it dies, he eats the pig. We're done. That's
But
all. I just wanted to
then-
get to that
but
point.
There's
then
no-
he
there's
comes
no but
back
then. There's
as
no but
Harry
then.
Plopper.
There's no more.
Then there's Harry Potter. What?
Yeah, later in the movie he becomes Harry Plopper, and he has like a little
Oh, yeah.
Gryffindor cape and
Yes.
glasses and a
And he's
scarf.
got
Is that
the
part of
scar.
his equipment?
No.
Technically.
So-
no, it's
No,
not.
okay.
Can
Either
he-
way,
Oh.
Miles Morales kills Homer Simpson.
I feel like all
and
my I'll feel like
Spider-Pig.
all my choices are being real strong armed away. Like,
Well,
oh
I mean,
no,
I'm
you don't get to
sorry.
win.
I think it
I'm
was that
sorry,
Robbie Rotten
Miles.
comment.
I'm sorry that a human being wins against a pig.
Listen, I have information that I can tell the people there.
You don't have anything to tell the people here. All right, so the next fight, we're going to go ahead and do this. The last round of round one. We've got the Noir Spider-Man versus the Spider-Gwen.
Ooh, I take it you want to do Noir, right?
I'll do Noir.
Yeah.
Noir's my favorite.
All right, so Spider-Gwen.
Oh, okay, so you're going first.
Oh, yeah, of course. Ladies first. Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen comes from an alternate universe where Peter Parker not only dies, but he actually becomes the Lizard in that universe.
What?
Yes,
How
because
does that happen?
he wants to become a hero like Spider-Gwen. But
This is what series?
that's the Spider-Gwen series.
Oh,
Spider
she has her own.
Yes.
Is it Gwen?
It's an
so
alternate
it's Gwen
universe.
Stacy.
Yeah, it's Gwen
Yes.
Stacy.
Neat.
An alternate universe where Gwen Stacy becomes Spider-Man, Peter Parker injects himself with a serum, becomes the Lizard, Gwen has to kill Peter, and then everybody blames her for his death and thinks that she's a killer. So basically everything that J. Jonah Jameson says about Spider-Man in like the regular world, everybody actually thinks about Spider-Gwen in this world.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
That's heavy stuff.
It really is.
He
Um,
stinks, and I don't like him.
He stinks. You ever see that or that blooper where like his false teeth fall out of his mouth when he says that?
No.
I think he stinks, like his teeth just like fall out of his mouth. It's
Batman?
really gross.
Who, Jay
Batman?
Jonah?
Yeah.
Jay
Like,
Jonah didn't say that line.
did he?
No, that was
No.
like an interview
Like
from
a
the
shtick.
first movie.
Really?
Yeah, because they were interviewing people. It was like a word on the street, and people were like interviewing like random people, and one of the people was like, "He stinks, and I don't like him." And then there were
Oh,
like
yeah.
other people, yeah, and there were
Remember
other
that.
people that were like, "Oh man, he's great. Oh man, I want to bone him." And then he's just like, "He stinks, and I don't like him."
Wait, yeah, because
Wow.
the construction worker. You're right. You're
Yes.
right.
Exactly.
He said stinks at one point though.
I think it's funny how your accent sounds a lot like the butler from Batman. Excuse
Yes,
me.
I am Alfred Pennyworth.
Master
Mark
Pennyworth.
O'Kane.
That's his name.
Yeah, isn't that
Mark
it?
O'Kane.
Yeah, Pennyworth.
Yeah, Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh shoot, my lighter.
Spills drugs. Michael
Biohazard.
Caine. I love that joke. So
All
That
right,
joke is
so-
just gonna keep running its course.
Did you read?
I have not,
Spider-Man?
actually not read her
okay,
powers
Go
at all.
ahead.
So Spider-Gwen, superhuman strength, speed, agility, stamina, reflexes, the same old stuff.
Like Long walks on, long
precogni-
walks on the beach.
Yeah,
etc.?
like Swan walks on the beach. Precognitive spider sense, mechanical web shooters. They do not require a refill as long as moisture is present. I don't know what the extent of that is.
What?
But as
Whoa.
long
Whoa.
grow up, Kevin. God.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Let me just bend over here and there we go. Refill my web shooters.
Oh.
Is that what they're
Okay,
calling it
no,
now?
Please stop.
Use of interdimensional travel device that she got during the SpiderVerse storyline. The ability to cling to most surfaces, and mad detective and analytical skills because her father's a cop and she's also just really smart.
I like her. I think she's got a good chance to win this one. Let's see who's Noir Spider-Man.
Yes, Noir Spider-Man is a Spider-Man that is set during the Depression.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes,
During the
so
40s.
Does he wear like a bowler hat
no, actually.
with the suit, the Spider-Man suit with a bowler hat and trench coat, but still in the Spider-Man suit?
Actually,
Okay.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yes,
That
he
would be
does at one
awesome.
point. He wears a trench coat,
Yes.
but I don't know. I mean, he does wear a
I
hat.
love
It's not very
that.
practical.
I love that.
Okay. I'm glad that you do.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Okay, thank you. What was I going to say? Yeah, Noir Spider-Man. He has superhuman strength, speed, agility, reflexes, endurance. He has spider sense. He does have organic webbing, but he also yields a pistol, which is very different.
Why?
Because it's just the time period. He has a vengeance against his enemies. He
I'd love
wants
to see
kill
him with
them.
like a Tommy gun and
He
like
doesn't have
a
a Tommy gun.
pinstripe suit.
It's a revolver.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. He has the ability to stick to walls. The way that he uses his webbing is completely different from the way that all the other Spider-Men and Spider-Women use them. The way that Noir Spider-Man gets from buildings to buildings is actually just by scaling them and like jumping from building to building. And he does not web swing essentially unless it's absolutely necessary. And he uses his webbing for traps and like to get people. What did I write here? It was for
Stun and
nets
capture his
and stun
enemies.
and capture.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
He doesn't use his webbing the same way that anybody else does.
It's more like widespread, like fishing nets.
Right. Essentially, that's it. So let's get into the fight. So Noir, one of the bigger points is that Noir does have organic webbing as opposed to Gwen. So Gwen eventually will run out of webbing at one
Right, or
point.
she'll have to refill it because it takes time to refill. It's not like
Exactly.
instant moisture.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So the thing is here, also Gwen's multi-dimensional portal is not going to work in this fight.
It's not that's not going to work. It's just that it can't really be useful because if you leave the White Room permanently, you forfeit and you lose. If you you can't bring in like other weapons and devices because that just opens the door
So
to.
you can't like teleport out, like, oh, I'm in space now, or something
Yeah.
like that. Like
We've
like,
had people
like
do that
Doctor
before,
Strange
and that's
couldn't,
how
like,
they
warp.
win. But like, she wouldn't be able to get him to this other world and just leave him there.
So can you, let's for example, like if someone had like teleportation powers, would you be able to like send some like teleport your opponent out of it? And
yeah, we
automatically
have done that
disqualify
before.
them?
Like Nova, I think, has
Okay.
on an earlier rendition of the show that we used to do here.
Yeah, I can't even remember what Kitty Pryde's powers are. I just remember that she's the best.
She can go through
so-
walls, which is kind of hard to work with in a room where I think I've come up with a theory where if you smash through one of the walls in the White Room, it's just another White Room. So
Oh,
like,
that's funny.
she could
I
just
like
keep
that.
going through the White Room as much as she wants. I don't really know where that's going to get her. We'll discuss that if we ever have her on the show, though.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So yeah, well, as far as the nitty gritty of it, if you take that out, she essentially just has the same kind of abilities as the regular Spider-Man,
Right.
except for the analytical thinking and the detective solving.
Now, the pistol isn't probably going to be effective unless she is in one place, because Spider-Man can dodge bullets, Spider-Gwen can dodge bullets. They can all dodge bullets because they got the spider sense. But
Well, what I'm thinking of is that Spider Noir sets up like multiple traps around the room because he's very good about doing that, and then he traps Spider-Gwen into a point where she can't use her webbing anymore because she has to refill it. But then at the same time, she's trapped, so she can't really do that. So she's trapped inside organic webbing.
just like
and then,
flies.
and then Noir comes up and just shoots her.
Wow, just point blank.
Yeah.
I think that a gun is actually a pretty good thing to have in that
Yeah,
scenario. So I
right.
think that might
Exactly.
actually be what gives them the win.
Exactly. That's what I think.
Wow, that's actually really dark.
Yeah. But that's what Noir is.
Yeah,
Dark.
that's literally what that means. Actually, it's kind of hard to argue. Honestly, I can't see a way for Gwen to get out of that situation. I've tried to come up
Unfortunately.
with some using her powers, like some scenario where she escapes that. But I mean,
No.
what trap does he
I-
use? Like, how does he?
Webbing. So
Oh, just
like,
web traps.
Yeah, he uses web traps. So what happens is that they'll walk into a certain scenario or they'll fall into a certain place and it'll be a web trap there.
Hmm.
And
It's like how spiders actually catch their prey.
Yes, and
Yeah,
he like
cool, cool.
entangles them. Like they can't break out of it easily.
That's so creepy.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny.
That's cool though.
Yeah,
Alright.
so I would say that Noir wins this one.
I got to give my vote to Noir.
Okay, great.
Same.
Man,
That is
it's really
the-
hard to argue this. I keep wanting. I want to pick the opposing side, and there's just no way.
I know because of the gun.
The gun, yeah.
So now we've got round 2. We've got Noir Spider-Man versus the symbiote Spider-Man.
Uh-oh.
So
So gun is instantly useless.
yeah, so essentially what happens here is that Noir could use his gun, but the venom suit that Peter has around him can absorb bullets actually, so it still causes him pain, but it doesn't stop him. So
Gotcha.
Barely slows him down.
right, and the way that Noir uses his webbing, I mean, even though it's organic, the symbiote Peter Parker could essentially rip right through that. It'll actually eat the webbing.
Right.
So
Like
the
he can literally
traps-
absorb it.
Yeah, the traps are out, the gun is out, and symbiote just has a lot more powerful. There is a lot more powerful.
Right.
So rips him up. Noir just loses.
I mean, but what about the gun though?
That was sort of the first thing we covered. Pay attention.
the symbiote absorbs the bullets.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. I was
Okay.
thinking so much about like all the other stuff. I was just like, but the
I think
gun.
absorbs isn't quite the
He absorbs it.
It really absorbs?
They absorbs it. yeah.
Really? I mean, I always
he
picture
use
like
it-
actual symbiotes absorbing bullets, but like
They
can his
absorb it.
regular suit just absorb bullets
Oh,
like
yeah.
that?
It's sounding
If
a lot
you
more
read the
like
comics.
Matter Eater. Now that we think about
Oh
it.
my gosh. I should have never mentioned that.
Matter Eater.
Hashtag Matter Eater lad.
All right, so we've got the next one being 2099 versus Miles Morales.
Okay. So right off the bat, Miles Morales is a kid,
Right.
and
13,
Miguel O'Hara,
14.
aka 2099,
He wins.
is
Okay.
super
Well,
intelligent,
I mean-
much older, much more experienced in fighting, and also once again the indestructible spider costume.
So the Venom strikes aren't really going to help against 2099 because it's not really going to be piercing anything.
Right.
And he can't paralyze him because he can't get the Venom into his body. So I would say that because 2099 has a lot more experience and is more intelligent, and Miles Morales is literally a kid, 2099 wins as well.
But Miles has that youthful charm that can, give him the edge. He's got the creativity that adults tend to lose as they get older, and he's even older because he comes from the future, right? So Miles Morales.
Actually, that
could-
technically makes him younger. That's how that works.
You're right, actually. Okay. And my argument crumbles to shreds.
Like
Or
technically he's
crumbles to-
negative
crumbles,
until
yeah.
he's born.
All right,
That's how
there
it
you
works.
go.
Yep, falls apart. Okay,
All right,
go
so
right
Also,
ahead then.
that
Yep.
younger kid, WoW, like he literally can't kill 2099 in any way. So unless he somehow uses his cute young person skills to convince him to kill himself,
No,
I
he's
don't
just
think that's gonna
creative.
happen.
Young people are more creative. But he is actually older by definition. So
All right, I would like you to be more creative against Dwayne The Rock Johnson and see if you win.
I can be pretty creative against what I would set up web traps
Oh, my God.
and then shoot him in the head with my gun.
Okay, Noir. All right, so that's the end of round 2. So now we've got the final fight,
That was
round
a
3.
quick round.
I know. Well, there's only 4 people in it.
Yeah, why not?
So we've got the symbiote Spider-Man versus 2099.
Okay, so the indestructible suit. I've tried to figure out just how indestructible the suit is. One of the main examples that I could find is that it can reflect like physical attacks and like laser attacks and stuff like that. In addition to, I think that specific example that they said was if he fell off a building and didn't catch himself and he hit the pavement, the suit would not break. However, he definitely would.
Yeah, he would die.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so
it
he would
wouldn't
die.
protect him from the fall.
Yeah, the
No.
impact itself
He would
would
just
kill him.
be dead.
Yes,
All right.
inside the suit.
But the suit would just be like perfectly fine.
Basically, it just makes the cleanup easier at this
Oh.
point,
Everybody get one of those. Jeez.
right?
Yeah, there you go.
Man, if you're ever going to jump off a building, put yourself in a
I
plastic
think
bag
they handed
first.
those things out during the Depression.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez.
That's really great. So
Well, the
let's,
Depression was around Noir's time, right?
Yes, it was.
Why didn't they just all have a gun?
Why didn't they all have a gun?
Yeah, he has a gun.
Yeah, they all have guns.
The gun is my favorite part of this whole show.
Okay, great. Well, it's over.
Huh? The
Is he
gun
dead?
was your
Is
favorite
Noir
character?
still in the roster? or
No,
did he
he's
die?
dead.
Oh right, yeah. I haven't been paying a lot
Symbiote
of
ate
attention.
him.
Jeez. All right, that's fine.
All right, so
Move on then.
let's talk about this. So the symbiote Spider-Man has more enhanced powers than any of the Spider-Man currently.
Right.
So he definitely outstrengths 2099, but 2099 has a lot more experience, I guess, as being Spider-Man because he's older. But the thing is, well, I guess symbiote actually has more experience because he's been doing it since he was a kid. And the thing about the 2099 is that even though he has the talents and stuff in order to cut through the symbiote, it's not going to make him bleed because he'll just
It's
regrow
gonna
it.
heal him back up.
Exactly, and the venom doesn't really work here either that 2099 has because the suit will just absorb it. And even though 2099 has organic webbing, the suit will just absorb that.
So anything that he throws at the symbiote suit just wouldn't work,
Right.
and he would straight up tear him apart.
Right.
Actually, no, he wouldn't be able to tear him apart because of the suit.
But he'd be able to kill
So
him.
he just beat him up into a bloody pulp inside a spider sack.
Exactly.
Hashtag spider sack.
Hashtag Spider
We're
Sack.
making that
Everybody
a
leave in the
thing.
comments below. Hashtag Spider Sack.
Hashtag
There you
spider
go.
sack.
Spread the
Hashtag
word.
Spider Sack.
Spread the word, folks.
Yes.
Spread the word, folks. Can't talk.
Oh,
Spread the
man.
word, folks.
Wow.
There
So
we go.
I guess symbiote Spider-Man wins.
All right, there we go.
Wow, that was a great, intense clash of the comics. Do they? What happens? What's the winner get?
He gets a trophy.
He gets to leave the White Room.
No.
Do they sign up for this, or are you like some godly being that just warps them into the
We're
White
the
Room?
Secret Wars people. Like
Well, hang on.
oh.
You know the hands from Smash?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we are.
it. So this is Smash Brothers for comic book characters.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's cool.
I love it.
I like it a lot. Yeah. So your master hand, which is canon that it's actually just a kid's hand.
It is, yes.
Is it really?
They're all toys.
Yeah,
they're all toys.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's
I
a
like
kid
that.
playing with the amiibos, actually.
Yep, exactly.
That's cute.
That's
I like
literally the canon storyline for Smash Brothers.
That is exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Symbiote Spider-Man.
I
for
wonder
winning
if the
this
game
week's
room's open here. I wonder if the game room's open here.
The game
Not
grumps
right now.
open
No, the
here?
game rooms.
Oh, no, they're definitely not.
Nah.
No.
There's no
They can
door, so.
break up. Well, I think that they take all their systems home,
Boo.
Yeah, you need to bring your own system, I think.
except for the arcades that they took away.
Right. Oh, yeah, right, because they had, like, Night of the Living Dead here, or
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead, whatever. House of the Dead.
Lame.
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead.
Man, everything was better before I showed up.
Yep.
It really was.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. So
Millennials.
now that the Clash part is over, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll talk about you, Kevin.
All right, let's
All
talk
right.
about me.
So you are a student. What is this? Your second semester here?
This is my second semester here.
Yeah. How are you liking it so far?
I'm liking it quite a bit, actually. MCC is a really nice school, but people on the internet don't really know what that is. So,
Well, Monroe Community College.
yes, Monroe Community College is pretty dope. I'm having a good time.
That's good.
I'm the vice president of the radio station here.
That's yeah.
And
Congratulations.
a damn good one at that.
We're
Aw,
really proud of you.
thanks. I haven't had a lot of chance to even show that I'm any good. But
Oh, come on. Oh, well, so now, what are you trying to go for here?
what am I going for? A communications degree so that I can somehow get into entertainment. My
That's good.
goal is 2 years here, take a year in between to work, and then take that money, go off to Chicago, and try to work, like basically work during the day, like a coffee shop or something, and then run the club scene at night and try to get famous.
Nice.
That's really nice.
I dig
Yeah,
that.
that's-
You've got some pretty sick ambitions here.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do it.
That's
Been
great.
writing stand up since I was like 15. I want to be a stand up comedian.
I know. I still got to see those videos.
No, you don't.
You won't let
You
us.
don't.
Ah.
It's so bad.
We'll
It's
post
not
it on
even.
our
I don't even
channel.
do that style of comedy anymore. I used to do storytelling comedy, and now I do one-liners. So
Oh, okay. Well, one-liners are pretty funny.
yeah, one-liners. It's easier. It's easier comedy, and it's more repeatable.
Hedberg, Dangerfield, like a lot of people built their careers on that. So
Yeah,
that's pretty
it's
good.
usually like a good starting point for beginners,
Sure.
especially because in most clubs they only give you like 5 minutes. So like
This
you
way you
don't-
can just spew jokes.
yeah, you just spew jokes. You don't have to like tell a story where there's only one punchline after 5 minutes. You can get like several out there and kind of get your name known, and then maybe start telling stories. But
Okay. So now, what show did you have here at one point?
I had 2 shows.
Okay.
Max and I had Radiation Radio, which was a fictional show where we were a radio station in the post-apocalypse, where anything could happen and everything happened. There were gang fights. There were monsters. There were giant
Super mutants that worship Shrek.
giant super mutants who worship Shrek, like giant cults of super mutants who worship Shrek. It went a lot of places. We didn't record any of them, so there's no proof it existed. But it was a fun time.
That's good. What's
And
the
then-
other one?
And then for about 2 seconds, just for a hot minute, I had a show called MCC on the Street, which was a show where I went around and I talked to students and asked them questions and basically tried to make fun of them. Didn't go too many places. The only thing significant that came out of that time was I did the interview with Critical or Penguin ZO.
Yep.
Um,
So let's talk about that. How did you get in contact with what made you think that you should contact Penguin Zero?
Well, I was just basically I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool if I could get this radio station some recognition? Students here don't really have a lot. They don't really care what just I have to say,
Mhm.
but they will care if I get somebody who they like to talk. So I sent out a bunch of emails to a bunch of different YouTubers. I started high and worked my way down. So first it was like, okay, who started their careers in like Rochester, New York? So instantly I was like, okay, Jenna Marbles. I don't really know much of her work, but she started in Rochester. She went
Yes.
to Brighton High School.
Yeah, she
Yep.
did.
Kid in my
And-
class had her textbook, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
he
cool.
opened it. He was just like, oh, my God, this is Jenna Marbles' textbook. And I'm like, great.
Yeah, that's neat. I don't really watch her videos, but I still wanted a YouTuber. So I went around to just YouTubers and kept going down the list. Sent some out to like the Game Grumps and the Completionist, and then I got down to Charlie, and I was like, Charlie being Critical,
Penguin Zero.
Penguin Zio.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And I emailed. I realized he had a new podcast, and the podcast is doing pretty good, but it could do better. It doesn't do as well as his other videos. So I sent them an email, and I was like, "Hey guys, I am the AGM of this college radio station. We broadcasted this many students every day. Do you have any interest in doing an interview with us? And we were in contact over Skype for a few weeks and determining what day we would want to do it on and who was going to be involved and how it was going to go specifically, so they knew they weren't walking into some trap. And we did the interview.
That's great. Well, who was the person that posted it on YouTube? Hugby?
Hugbees, yeah, that would be Andrew, or also known as Hugbees on YouTube.
All right.
His channel's slowly growing. I was proud that he posted it.
Well, that's great. I mean, we're very happy for you that you got some recognition on YouTube.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't really have any ambition towards being a YouTuber, but it was cool to be able to get YouTubers on the show.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you're really doing well, I think. I mean, you're really putting yourself out there.
Thanks. I like that you're just saying this now.
I've been saying
Last show you were like, "Oh man,
oh, come on.
it just sounded
Don't do
so
it.
bad."
Oh man, so much hate.
I'm throwing you under the bus because you threw me under the bus. It's okay. I
Okay.
forgive you. I'm
Okay,
done
sure.
with it now.
No,
so
yeah.
we can
So,
move
well,
on.
what I want to do is I want to post that link in the description about the podcast that you did with him, because I think it was a very good podcast.
Oh,
altogether.
neato. Thank you.
I like the questions that you gave, and a lot of people did like it. I was reading the comments and everything.
Yeah, there were a couple of people who were like, "This guy's the worst," and
Well,
then there were
were,
some
but-
people who were like, "This guy's better than Jackson," and I was like, "My heart, thank you."
Yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah,
so
the-
nice.
a lot of the positive comments were just like, he's a really good guy, and some of the other ones were just like, oh, he's cringy. But
that's
like,
always going to happen on the internet.
You're not gonna get by anywhere unless you have thick skin to
You
get
can't win
rid of
over
I
it.
don't
everybody.
care. It's the internet, and everybody's gonna think whatever they think. There'll be some comments on. Only our friends are gonna watch this probably until like, well, our friends, and then the historians 100 years from now watching the geniuses in their work who weren't appreciated until after they died.
Yeah,
Right,
there we
sure,
go.
sure. But,
So people are gonna, the only people who are gonna be commenting right now are gonna be our friends, and even they're gonna send me hate. I bet. So
It's fine. Well, we appreciate all of our friends and family that watches our videos. And
Yeah, sure.
And,
I hope my family doesn't watch this video. They'd be mad
Whitley's
disappointed.
watching somewhere right now, just like they're screwing up.
I don't know.
He could have done better.
Shout out to Exo Whitley.
XO_A Whitley.
I don't care.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't care at
Yeah,
all. She
she
doesn't care what
doesn't
people
care.
think of her anymore.
She has her own YouTube channel too.
Yeah, she does. Need some videos on that.
She has one.
She does.
Yeah, she deleted all
Oh,
the other ones.
that's I don't care, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Check out
I highly recommend that video. By the way.
XO_A Whitley.
Very, very good video. Very well put together.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah. So,
Oh, and Brian. Brian has a YouTube channel. He does vlogs.
does he really?
He does. It's really funny. I don't know the name of his YouTube channel, so I feel bad bringing it up.
Oh wait, I have
But
to find that. I've never
It's
seen it.
really funny. He has these really funny vlogs where he has like really like decent. He's like decent editing where him and his friends go to Wegmans and they like film stuff,
Mhm.
and it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking that this channel could go somewhere doing that too,
What? Just
doing some vlogs.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get next semester. We're trying to get somebody in charge of our media to
Mhm.
like do like vlogs of radio station people. Start building because we all have personalities that might be able to. I don't want to seem cocky, but I feel like we have personalities enough where like maybe we could be entertaining to people. I would hope.
That was very
Um,
cocky.
And then we
Yeah.
yeah sure. And so we would get somebody to like be in charge of running a YouTube channel and like organizing like collaborations with people here at the station.
Well, that would be definitely something that I think that we could put ourselves into. But
We would use it to kind of help boost you guys up
Yeah.
and boost Whitley's channel and et cetera, et
Exactly.
cetera.
I think that we could all help each other out,
Yeah.
which is just
It's a
basic
group effort.
economics.
That's
There.
WMCC is about.
Yeah. A network of YouTubers.
There you go.
An
All right.
underground network or just a regular network?
Now,
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for.
there is one thing that I also did want to ask you. I think this will be one of the last questions I ask you. What was you ready? What was your least favorite Super Bowl commercial?
You stole that from my interview.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well done. Okay. Least favorite Super Bowl commercial? We're gonna date ourselves here. This is nobody's gonna remember these in another couple of months. But I think the worst Super Bowl commercial. There were a couple.
Yeah.
There were some political ones that I was like, that's stupid.
Right.
That I don't want to say to throw myself under the bus.
That's fair.
So we'll
That's our job.
we'll skip around those, but we'll say if they got political, they're on the list.
Sure.
The one that I probably disliked the most was I can't remember many of them.
Oh, come on. You remember one of them.
Are you trying to get me to say Mr. Clean?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
dare they insinuate that the man who
know.
is clean
Did you see that commercial, Max?
I've not seen it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Mostly these guys.
It is
creepy?
over-sexualized and is really creepy. I never thought of Mr. Clean like that.
Mr. Clean with like his shiny head.
And she's like a stay-at-home wife that's just like cleaning the house. That
Yeah,
right
it's like
there.
the kids are probably upstairs. Her husband is at work. She's being unfaithful with a cleaning product.
Exactly, and like she's pretty much just having like on-camera orgasms every time like he cleans something.
Really?
Yeah, it gets really creepy. Like when I was watching this, I was like, wow, I'm never gonna remember the days where I was like, yeah, Mr. Clean just comes in and helps clean.
This is what I'm gonna think of every
He
time.
magically erased that marriage.
Yeah, he did.
like he used to be such an innocent guy, and now I guess he's like a sex symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
Is
Like
he? No
imagine,
way.
imagine if it was
Yeah,
flipped.
I would
though.
say so.
He's always standing like this. He's always like.
Have you seen those
Yeah,
muscles?
You can't
imagine
see,
if
but-
Betty Crocker.
Imagine if the roles were reversed, where it was a man and then
Mrs. Clean?
Mrs. Clean, yeah, no, Miss Clean.
Mrs. Oh yeah, because
She's
she's
not
got to be
married.
she's got to be single.
Exactly. Yeah,
Ready
no,
to-
imagine that. As a feminist would be all over that.
My God, you're right.
Yeah. Do we? I mean, again, I'm with you. We
Mhm.
probably don't want to say the F word on this podcast.
No, you're right. You're right.
People,
you're right.
I mean, although controversy is the best advertisement. So if you want, we just want to go on a feminist
No,
rant
but
for
see,
a while.
the
No,
kind of
no,
people
no.
who say
I'm
that are
kidding.
the same kind of
Well-
people who are like, "There's no such thing as bad publicity." Like, yes, there is.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, yeah, I think that we can get to those kind of controversial topics, but I think we need to grow first.
Yep. Before we need to have people respect us before we start disrespecting ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about.
Well, you guys, I'm gone after this episode. You guys can have fun with the
Oh,
backlash.
We'll have you.
You guys
come
had
back.
fun with the
We'll have you.
backlash.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to tag you in all the backlash that we get. All right, great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Uh,
promote my Twitter. handle.
So what? Let's talk about something else now. No, this is just a group thing, but like I guess I'm still talking to you, Kevin.
Waluigi.
No. What? Do you like? Do you like superhero movies?
I like them. I think I'd say at this point they're probably the only movies that I go and see on my own volition.
Right. Exactly. Now that's something that I think is really prevalent from our time, and
Oh,
me
yeah.
and Max have discussed this a lot too. Do you think that there are too many?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost certainly.
I would agree.
I would say that there's so many. I think personally, comic book stories lack originality in most ways.
Sure.
And that's only because the movies take the origin story and they have to make the movie for the origin story of every freaking character, and every origin story is pretty much the same. Just switch around a couple of things. They got it injected with this. They were hit by this. They were struck by this, and something happened, and then it changed their lives. And then there's the whole process of them learning how to use their powers and the backlash from the community and their family. Every story does that.
Yeah, I would agree that Marvel has definitely cookie cuttered a lot of these movies.
Yeah, they have it's a conveyor belt line now of just
Mhm.
like, we're gonna do this, and then there's this movie, and then we're gonna bring it together into this group of movies where all the previous Hulk and Thor, those all come together into this great big thing, and I think it's a little too much.
Right.
I haven't, I don't really see a lot of DC movies, but when I do, I like them, except for Batman versus Superman. That's garbage.
No.
Oh my gosh,
That's
you
a
haven't
whole
even
other
seen it.
discussion.
You haven't even seen it.
I've heard that it's garbage, and I've seen
Oh
too
my
many
gosh.
clips to think that it could be any good.
All right, I'll have to show you the movie.
I guess we'll have to watch it sometime.
But yeah,
Put that on the list.
Well, what was I
A
thinking?
long list of movies you haven't seen.
I know.
What was I gonna say though? Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there are more. But are you excited to see like Infinity War?
What is Infinity War?
Oh, you haven't seen anything for it?
I don't even know what that is.
You know the
Okay,
big
so-
purple guy that they've been building up throughout all like the Marvel movies?
Oh, the Hamburglar. I mean, Grimace. Sorry.
Thanos.
You mean Thanos.
No, I don't know who
Grimace?
Thanos is.
I will
have
kill
no
you.
idea.
Okay.
All right, so he's this big villain.
Wait, what is this,
that they've been
DC or
building up.
Marvel?
Marvel.
Marvel.
So this is like Spider-Man, Captain America, that world.
Oh, so Infinity War is going to be like, it's going to
The
include
end all be all.
So is that going to include like Aquaman?
No,
and-
no.
No, that's DC.
That's
Sorry.
DC.
Sorry,
You're
this is
right.
going to
Why
be
are you
like,
on our comic show again?
Whoops.
Oh, come on, don't
No,
knock him,
I'm
don't
kidding.
knock
I'm
him.
kidding.
Is this going to be, so it's like the Avengers of Marvel. Wait. Sorry, Marvel's already Avengers.
Let me
That's
do
all
the
right.
talking. Okay.
Well, here, I'll-
You
You're
guys
good.
do the
No,
talking.
hang on. I'll say something that also
Go ahead.
embarrasses myself. I said that Captain Marvel was the Superman
You
of DC.
did. That was the
That-
funniest
that's something I
thing.
said at one point. I said that Captain Marvel was the Superman of DC.
comics. That was really
Captain
funny.
Marvel is the Superman of DC.
Because the
Yes.
thing is that I was like, oh yeah, does Marvel have a Superman? And I was like, oh yeah, Captain Marvel, he's like the Superman of DC. But then I realized that A, there's a Superman in DC, and B, isn't Captain Marvel a DC character?
Well, technically he's Shazam now because of that whole
Yes,
Captain Marvel
exactly,
issue,
actually.
which I'm sure we'll cover
Wait,
eventually.
isn't Captain Marvel a Marvel character?
No, he's not. He is Shazam.
Hey, ever see the red guy with like the yellow lightning bolt on his chest and like the little white cape off
Yeah,
his
didn't they have a
shoulder?
cartoon of that?
Yes, they
yeah,
did.
they did.
A
But
little
his name was originally Captain Marvel. But then through copyright, whatever, and Marvel had like 3 characters named Captain Marvel, and one thing led to another, and they just decided, okay, fine, we'll call our character Shazam, and Marvel can have
'Cause
Captain Marvel do whatever
that
the
was
hell
the
they want with it.
catchphrase that he has to say every time he wants to transform into, because he's a little kid.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Billy Batson.
But yeah, I mean,
wasn't Shazam a character that was like he turned into a girl when he had powers?
no,
No, that's Shizao. Sorry, never mind. That's a totally different thing.
Shizao?
Do you guys remember that?
No.
No.
It was like this Australian cartoon that was like this
Oh.
kid. He had a super suit, but it was a female super suit. And so whenever he changed, it was like for kids. I don't know. It was really weird. But like every time he had to have powers, he had to be wearing a dress. Basically, it was super weird.
Huh.
that's interesting.
I'll have to look into that.
Shizao, yeah.
Because
It
that
was
sounds like somebody we might want on the
old
show.
cartoon. It was
Or I might
interesting
want.
for. It was an interesting concept for a show. It's like the people in like the transgender community were like, "This is super cool." It didn't last very long though.
Oh.
It checks the boxes, but the engaging storyline just wasn't there.
No, I think the engaging storyline was there actually.
Oh, really?
I think it was just it didn't last very long because it was on Kids WB or something like that.
Oh,
okay. Okay.
I remember liking the show a lot actually. I don't remember what the
year
villain
was it?
It was like 2004 maybe. I don't know, maybe 2003. It was an old one.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's what Infinity Wars is.
Yeah, so they've just been building up to Thanos taking all the the MacGuffin that's been in every movie, like the rock that the group has to find in like every movie.
Yeah, every single one.
Those are the Infinity Stones, and those go on this Infinity Gauntlet that Thanos now has. And he's gonna. The thought here is that in Infinity War Part 1, he's gonna collect all the rocks and bring all of like every single Marvel character together: Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Avengers, Doctor Strange, Thor, that whole group.
Oh, they're gonna have Doctor Strange and all that.
Yeah,
in there?
everyone,
That's so
everyone
cool.
who they introduced in the MCU together, and then Infinity War Part 2 is gonna be everybody versus Thanos.
Quick question:
yes.
who in their right mind could afford that movie? Because
Marvel. Disney.
the kind of, but why would they want? They can't. They're not going to make a profit on that.
Oh, they will.
It's one movie that has all these expensive actors.
Well,
and crazy effects for each actor.
The only one that really is the most expensive is Robert Downey Jr.
Benedict Cumberbatch has got a hefty.
Not as
Pay
much
grade.
as Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
though.
for sure, definitely.
Mhm.
But then like
Chris
all
Pratt.
all those guys have really high pay grades though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
more
then
or
there's
less.
the effects team. Well, you've got to have different effects for every hero.
That's true, but you got to think about it this way: is that Disney
Doctor Strange
owns Marvel.
especially.
Disney owns Marvel, and Disney is just a big, company right there, and they have like Disneylands in like every country, not every country, but like China and Japan.
The ones that matter.
Right. And
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
The ones who spend.
And they have like multi-million billion dollars. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like they have the money to fuel
But
this.
will
movie.
they make a?
Oh yeah.
Because here's the thing, like, you can make any superhero movie and people will go and see it.
Mm.
That doesn't mean more people are going to go and see it for just because you have more heroes.
I think that Infinity War will be so highly publicized that even people who have never seen any of the movies will go see it.
Really?
Yeah.
When is it coming out?
Like later this year, next year.
Wait,
Really?
which
I haven't
one?
heard. I
Infinity
I haven't
War.
heard anything about
Infinity
it.
War
so-
this year?
Okay, do you know or not?
Well, no, it's not. It's not this year, is it?
Okay, so you don't know.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's not this year.
Let me Google it.
Look it up.
Yeah.
It's definitely not this year.
Take out
But
the
here's
magic brain
here's the
device.
thing about that though. I feel that a part of the reason why, like, I remember you, David, saying multiple times that you're kind of getting tired of superhero movies.
Yeah.
You'll still go and see them, and you still like them, but there's a lot of them. I feel that a part of the reason why that thought is continuously coming up with more and more people is because of the shared universe and the fact that they're introducing all these new characters. There doesn't seem to be an ending, and all their stories don't seem to necessarily lead anywhere. But with Infinity War, it's an ending. It's a end all be all. Every character that matters that they've introduced is going to be fighting this one villain.
Do you
they've been-
believe that though?
That's what I'm saying. That's what they're
Well,
doing.
This is the thing, though, is that yes, I do believe that they will do that because they don't have any plans for movies after this. But the problem is that Sony does. Sony is
Right.
going to be making a sequel to their Spider-Man film after the universe is already over.
Right, because here's the thing. Spider-Man movies, as long as this new Spider-Man is good, I'm cool with more of them.
Right.
But the last series was not good. So
with Andrew Garfield.
yeah,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
I'm just waiting for them to go because like I thought the Avengers was the last movie for those series. I was just like, this is a good movie. Avengers was fun to watch, but like those characters, they've all had their arc up to the big get together to fight the big villain.
Right.
And then I was kind of like, well, where do you go from there? And so I
Well-
lost interest in all the 80 Iron Man movies and the Thor movies and stuff
That's
like that.
fair.
I stopped caring
That's fair.
because I'm like, we already had the get together. What do you got? How can you top it? Where
Well,
can you go from there?
The thing
that's
is
what we're
that
saying.
the ending hasn't really happened yet. That's why we still go to see these movies. You know what I mean? Because like even though Avengers with Loki and there were aliens that coming into the city. I mean, everything was resolved at the end, but not everything was like finalized. Like I didn't get the satisfaction of like, okay, the world is now safe.
Right.
Thanos is still out there. He is trying to kill them to get these stones and take over the world. But that will be the end all be all. Once Thanos is done, then I am officially done.
So maybe this new one will be the finishing move that we're looking for.
They all plan on it being the finishing move. They are not making movies after this.
Okay. And DC's doing that whole thing where they're getting the Justice League. They're like, you guys had the Avengers, so we're gonna have our Avengers too.
Yes. So essentially, the last movie in the DC EU planned right now is going to be Green Lantern, but the Justice League.
We need more Green Lantern, really?
We need a new
the last
Green Lantern.
was
that
okay.
better one.
The last Green Lantern was okay.
Right, but we need a better one.
Yeah.
So what's going on is they're doing like Superman, Batman versus Superman, then Wonder Woman, then they're doing Justice League Part 1. And then they're going to be doing, I think, another movie and then Justice League Part 2. But Justice League is not the end-all, be-all. The Green Lantern one right now is confirmed for being the end-all, be-all.
We've got to. I mean, if we've got all these end-all, be-alls from both Marvel and DC, they're gonna have to get creative to make up some more movies.
Exactly.
Like
Wow,
our next generation of people.
Or
like
new.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, something unique or new.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I'm sick of these same heroes every. Like the same like cookie cutter like heroes that everybody knows and loves. I'd like to see some heroes that maybe I haven't heard of before, you know?
Right.
Like
Matter Eater Lad.
Yeah, I'd love to see a movie about Matter Eater Lad and the thing that absorbs bullets. Could he eat the indestructible suit?
Ooh.
I'll have to look into that. I don't.
He'd have to eat the body.
Yeah. Dude,
That's pretty messed up.
Okay.
that's like the old TJ Miller bit where he's like I told them that I was at Quiznos and they were like, "Do you want this toasted?" And he's like, "Yeah, give me that oven baked, baby." And then he's like, "Then they actually gave me an oven baked baby. I didn't want to be rude and not eat it. I didn't want to be rude and not eat it." So,
Right, so you had to eat it.
Yeah, and everything tastes better with ranch.
Oh my god.
And we're still married to this day.
And we're still married to this day. Yes.
But we're still excited for these movies, right?
I don't see movies enough to get excited about them, but if my friends are going to see them, then I'm like, oh, cool, let's like go see the movie. But I don't go, oh man, like I've had Captain America: Civil War on my computer downloaded, ready to watch legally.
Yeah, okay.
For like 3 months now, and I have not touched it because I just don't have the motivation. I don't care enough to watch it.
Really?
Even if it's good, I just don't.
See,
I
now,
can't bring it out of me.
That's kind of how I felt when the first Avengers came out, because all of my friends went to go see it without me because I was working and they didn't want to wait the extra day.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was at a charity event. That's my excuse.
Yeah,
I'm not involved in that.
No, Max is not. Max also was in the same boat as me, but he actually went to go see it with like your family.
Yeah, I saw it with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't see movies unless I'm with other people. I
right.
don't care enough.
That's how I felt. So I never saw Avengers for like a year after the movie came out. It was ridiculous because I was so upset because I couldn't see it with my friends, and I knew that none of my friends wanted to go see it again. So it was just like, I guess I'm just not seeing this movie.
Aw.
Yeah, it was all right. But
That's
then I
sad.
saw it with a friend of mine. And
Feels bad, man.
It's all right. I got over it.
So we just have to make sure that people aren't working when we go to see the new movies, and then we can be hype, because otherwise I'm just not going to see them. That's just not. That's how it's going to be.
That's how I feel too. I think that when we see these movies, it's not really just about seeing the movie, but it's also about the experience that you get with your friends.
Because you have to, afterwards, when you get out of the theater, you have to talk about it. You got to be like, oh, that was crazy. Like I think I liked what's that movie called? Suicide Squad more because I was with my family and we like had like this. We were like talking about our favorite moments and like stuff that was really cool, like that moment when the Joker sits on the guy's lap and it's like, I can't remember what he says. He says something really funny.
When he sits on his lap?
Yeah, they take the security guard back into like the butcher room or like the kitchen, and Joker just like sits on him like lap dance style.
He says something like, "Tell me I'm pretty" or something like that. It's really funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And he like brushes his ear. Like,
Yeah,
really
I
creepy.
think I kinda remember
it's
that.
like we get to talk about those moments and like it kind of buries it into your soul a little more. It's a part, that movie's a part of you now because you got to like think about it and enjoy it with other people. As for if I'm just watching Civil War in my room on a computer, I'm just most of the time going, they're still talking in whispers in a dark room. Ugh.
Yeah, there's no.
And now it's
motivation.
flashy and he's punching a guy. Neat.
Actually, I had like a little kid walking out of the movie theater moment when we saw Doctor Strange, because Alyssa is so sensitive to cold. It's not even funny.
Well,
so
who's Alyssa?
my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to bring a blanket in for her.
Oh, what's a blanket? Sorry.
I want the audience to know who we're talking about.
Yeah, well, why don't we just clarify everything for them?
Okay, so a blanket is a
No,
device.
no.
Is that Michael Jackson's kid? Anyway, so we brought Michael Jackson's
it
kid
is.
in there to keep her warm, and so we left the theater, and I was wearing the blanket like it was Doctor Strange's cape while we were discussing, Doctor Strange, and I was like, I feel like a little kid again. This is so fun.
Yeah.
This is so nostalgic. Don't give me that look.
I'm gonna give you that look.
Why?
You've got some weird idiosyncrasies.
That was great. I felt so like.
No, I get it.
I felt cool. Hey,
Okay.
you
At
understand?
least
I get
Kevin
it.
does. That's great.
Thanks.
I get it.
I'll be over here.
David, maybe you're the one with idiosyncrasies, you idiot.
I don't even know what that word means.
It's
It meant more like idiot-syncrasies.
they're mannerisms that are specific to you.
Stop using big words.
Premium, more like
Couldn't
premium.
figure out the difference between caustic and what was the other one? Symmetric?
Synthetic.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Caustic and cement was that the last show?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Okay,
I knew the
vaguely
difference.
remember
I
it.
just couldn't think of the word caustic.
Yeah,
Right.
I also like how you guys talked about what was it? You guys talked about like paper and plastic bags for like an hour, like
It wasn't
literally
an hour.
like out of the hour and 17 minutes, it was like 30 minutes of the show.
No,
You
which
are
was like,
so
they
incorrect.
still use paper bags, and like you also something that made me really upset is that he said I use paper bags in my garbage cans. Like I just
No,
get
I
'em-
use plastic.
I know, but you said paper bags, and
I
I
know,
was
I
just like,
messed up.
what is he talking about?
I
And you
know.
kept saying paper bag, like you said it so many times that I was like, does he use paper bags for his
No, I
garbage?
don't use paper. I use plastic.
And I was like, what is this guy's life? What I need to like go in your house and check your trash cans.
This is if you could please. I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of
If you
shit in
could
it, but
You shit in your garbage can? Excuse
hell
me.
yeah. Where else am I
Sorry.
supposed to shit?
The bathroom's full. I don't know. I just
I've
I don't
got
have a-
2 bathrooms in my house, but they're both full.
There's no flush on my toilet, so it just gets higher and higher.
I just have to start scooping it out and throwing it out the window.
Got a window in your bathroom?
All right, so this wraps up our podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll have another episode next week, but
Can I promote my stuff? Thanks.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Well, you will.
Okay.
We're getting to it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and promote your
Thank-
stuff.
okay.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Are we okay?
Yes,
Okay.
buddy pal.
Bud pal friend. Okay, everybody. My name has been Kevin or DJ Hazard or blah blah blah. I don't give a crap. You can find me on Twitter at
Blah, blah, blah,
what's
I don't
the-
give a
what's
crap.
the-
President.
Let me. Yeah, well, low key president is the title, but it's not the actual name. Let
Alright,
me
so-
open my Twitter account.
All right. Well, while you get that up,
Yeah.
me and Max will just do.
Okay, it worked. Okay.
Get
I
that-
hate
get
you
that out of here.
so much.
All right, opening Twitter now.
All right, so, all right,
you
me and
guys
Max.
just keep
Yeah,
talking
we'll
amongst
do our thing,
yourselves. I
so-
won't interrupt at all. Just keep
So,
talking.
Yeah, go ahead and leave a like, and if you
I have
guys
my
want
Twitter
to-
account now.
Okay, so and if you guys want to, hear us on a regular basis, go ahead and subscribe just so that when we post our videos. I'll also release updates on our Twitter. You can add us there.
Oh, comment. Definitely comment.
Definitely
Let
comment.
us know
too.
how awful we are, how
Yeah.
awesome we are.
we want to know.
Thoughts on the fights.
We definitely want to know some opinions. I know that there are some people that have given us some opinions so far, and I definitely love that. I definitely love that people are doing that. And I would like to see more. So, my Twitter name was at @thepower404, and just go ahead and shoot me an @ there. I mean, I know that
Shoot me
Max
an @
is. Yeah, definitely shoot Kevin, but we'll get to you.
Shoot me an @
So, shoot Max an @ as well.
What
I mean,
the
he's-
heck are you saying?
he-
Shoot me an @ What
shoot
is
me
that?
an @
Follow him. Don't shoot him an @
fellow children with your hip lingo. We've got what is yours, Max?
DJ _stone_ Fox.
But you guys should all follow @Kevin _Nestler. That's KEVIN _NESTLER.
There you go.
And my Tumblr name is KevHazard97.
Kev Hazard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
KevHazard97.
Okay.
You don't have a
Uh,
YouTube channel or anything.
I
right?
don't have a YouTube channel
Okay.
as of right now.
Check out that
Maybe
podcast
one
that he
day.
did though.
Maybe. Oh yeah, check
With
out
Yeah,
that.
Harambe,
no, I
what was
will
his name?
definitely.
Link in the description to the podcast
Yes.
I did with Critical Penguin Zio.
Definitely.
He's the guy that talks like this. What's up, everybody? It's Critical.
Hey, his impression is way better than mine.
Yeah.
What's up,
No,
everybody?
come
This is
on.
Critical. Today we're gonna play a Sumatory Dream.
There you go.
My titties are just rock hard right now.
Yo, I swear to God, somebody is gonna. Penguin is gonna see this podcast and he's gonna see that you're making fun of him and he's gonna yell at you.
I'm respecting.
No,
him
then we're
in
gonna
the
have
best
him
way
on the show.
possible.
That's how we work. That's how
Is
it
that-
works.
is that how
if we
it
make
works?
fun of somebody, they're on the next show.
So like
But he's
drama,
already
like
done
drama
them.
alert with Keemstar. You just like,
Oh,
oh, you want to come on
no.
and argue your point?
Oh, I hate.
Can we get some popcorn in here so I can eat it stupidly?
Oh,
no, there's no
Keemstar.
food in the booth.
Keem, I hate you.
Yeah, screw you, Keemstar. Keemstar, we got beef with you, man.
Yeah, we
See, this
got-
is how we get more publicity.
Scarlett Johansson. God, I just hate Scarlett Johansson.
I
Man,
really-
yeah, no. If we trash talk Scarlett Johansson, she'll talk to us, right?
That's,
No.
that's how that works.
Oh,
No.
I just
no.
want to talk to girls. All right.
But Keemstar will. Keemstar or Leafy Leafy, screw you, Leafy.
Oh no, we're done.
No,
Leafy
actually,
is dead.
no.
Leafy's dead.
No,
Leafy's-
I like Leafy.
he's dead.
Leafy, I love. No, I'm saying that's why he won't come on the show.
No, I want Leafy on your show. I'm not going to be here for it.
I do not want Leafy. If Leafy contacts me and wants to be on my show, you are going to be on the show.
Oh, come on.
I will.
don't want to.
Too bad.
Oh,
That's too bad.
no.
And then I'll play. And you know what I'll do? I won't put our logo as the background. I'll just be me playing CS:GO.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, just you on CSGO surfing.
There we go. Yes.
Yep.
But yeah, this has been another episode. And we.
Stop it.
And so, Kevin, I'm really glad that you were able to come onto the show. We're really happy to have you. And
Thank
hopefully we'll have you on again.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And and so this has been another episode. I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, everybody.
Stay super.
And don't forget to shower tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely shower. Please be clean.
Yeah, I'm just trying to come up with a new catchphrase that isn't that.
Mostly stay super.
Also,
For
Max said,
shower.
don't stop the show yet. Max said something that was like,
Okay.
blood, music runs in our blood or whatever was
Yeah.
good, and I was like, no, he did not.
I
That was
think
Justin's idea, and we have all been fighting it for
I
like
think it
years
fits
now.
multiple
I don't know.
genres.
That is a stupid catchphrase.
No, the beat don't stop, and it's not going to stop, and it don't stop coming, and they
See,
don't stop.
I like
The
beat don't
best.
stop. Oh, the best.
The
The
best.
best.
The best.
The
The
best.
best.
The
That's a
best.
good way to end the show.